So welcome guys, welcome. This is another video. Now, what you see isn't necessarily
What
you see. In some cases, your brain lies to you. And we're going to be showing you some very simple illusions to show that, yeah, that is the case. And you're going to be seeing right here. Now, imagine, and before we go on, sometimes our entire reality is shaped by the way our brain perceives the situation, and we just limited by basically 5 senses. So watch this. This is going to confirm what I'm talking about. So this is called, imagine this. When you look at this, what do you see? Let me just draw it a little bigger. When you look at this, your mind tells you that this is a square. Imagine this guy over here, this stick man over here, standing, looking at this and thinking to himself, what is this? It's a square, yeah, we know. But then if we put this here, and we put that there, then we have, you may say it's 2 squares. But guess what? Your mind is already, if I put this here, your mind is already beginning to fill in.
I'd say that this is 3-dimensional.
Yeah. Your mind is already beginning to fill in that this is a box. And guess what? This isn't 3-dimensional. But your mind gives you the idea that it is, but it isn't. There's no depth here. It's just an illusion. So a lot of the things our mind likes to fill in. Our mind likes to fill in the gaps. So in filling in the gaps, sometimes it gets it kind of wrong. Sometimes it gets it right. So imagine this now. This is called Muller's lines. You tell me if I'm right. Let me see how your brain really works. So we have line here. We have line here.
3 lines.
3 lines. So there. I know. So this is Muller's lines. Now you'll be saying to me that, hey, this line appears to be the longer line, right? But that's not the case. This is all an illusion. So if we were to draw a line straight through here, we'll see that the lines all line up. It's one continuous. They all have the same length.
Yeah.
And even the additions are of the same length. I mean, it may probably give or take a few, but that's more or less it. So the world around you is shaped, and you can rub that down, shaped and fashioned by your brain's perception of your reality. And that's why a lot of people have arguments, because the way they view their reality, how it's played out on that big TV in our minds, is not necessarily the way someone else's reality plays out. That's why there are conflicts and all of these things. So we have another
people
example.
are colorblind.
Colorblind. While Jared draws these 2 stick figures and the illusion that brings with it, I want to put your mind also in another thing. Sometimes we look at social media posts and we see people in their different elements and enjoying themselves, but then that's just a visual, and our mind really loves to believe what it sees. So even if you say something is not real and your eyes actually sees it, your mind interprets it, it's going to say, hey, this thing is real. Check this out. For instance, we're looking at 2 stick figure guys, and we see one appears larger than the other one. It looks more like gigantic. But guess what? They're of the same size.
Yeah.
These 2 stick figures.
This one is the size of my index finger, and this one is also the size of my index finger.
So this is the size of this one, and this is the size of the other one. The same size. So they're both the same size, but because of the cascading, the lines that are
it makes it
wonky,
look like 3D.
it gives it a different impression. And this is also a very crude representation of this. So your mind and your eyes play games. I would like to call this, let's call this John. This is John, and this is his face.
Why should you draw a face?
Yeah. Of course, he has a nose, and he has a big smile on his face. Kind of maniacal, but he has a smile on his face. Now get this. Your perception of reality of this face, imagine a social media post. Your perception of that reality is going to be transformed by just adding two simple things. Watch this. Now it doesn't look like too much of a face anymore. And imagine I take that, it's a face, but then you have now an idea that, hey, this is not necessary. This is probably a character from one of these movies. And you have a fork. Trident fork. Now what do you think there? So it looks like the devil. No, that's what the mind can distort. How the mind can distort your reality just by adding simple elements. Now if I move this, I take off these horns, we get back the happy John that we saw.
Yeah.
Good. So if I put a halo over his head like this,
just a squashed circle.
so we get, and I just put in some form of angel wings looking like thing here.
Why does it look like cotton balls?
Like cotton balls. Then it still gives a happy go lucky feel and heavenly feel there. So that's how our reality can be affected. And so sometimes we judge persons with our own concept of our own reality, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we need to be able to see through the guises of reality, the perception, and in some cases the deception, because some people will deceive you. You ever heard of wolf in sheep clothing? Some people actually deceive you, come under the guise of what you expect to see, and then boom, then you see the true colors. Watch this. Even social media posting can largely affect the way you perceive and view your reality. It can even affect your values. For instance, if we have jar banana, if you can please.
A banana.
If you have a large banana. Good. So if you have a banana, and then you hear, you may want to put in some elements like that, and then like that. I think so.
Okay.
Let's take a watermelon. It doesn't matter. So you have a banana. You have a banana.
That looks like a watermelon.
I don't know.
It's like an eggplant.
Eggplant. I don't know. So you have a banana. Let's call it a banana.
Yeah.
And you put. It looks like a good banana, but then you put this sign over it.
Dong.
So that's going to shape your reality just by putting 3 lines. This circle and 2 dashes.
Or it should just be 1 dash.
That shapes your reality. So you take it back off. And even by adding try the banana again. Even by adding a side element like a skull, that's gonna shape your reality of that banana. And that's the essence of this. The essence of this video is to show you that your perception of reality guides what you do, how the decisions you make. It guides your life's choices. The thing about it is you need to be able to see through the guises of reality to be able to make informed decisions. And that's why we can.
Yeah, because sometimes life is not just this. It's not just this, but it's this entire web of stuff.
Exactly. So it's look at life in a more holistic way, and instead of judging and casting judgment and making bad decisions, think of it holistically. How will it benefit humanity? How will it benefit you? So what you see isn't necessarily what is real. So that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Remember, we've also uploaded another video previously, and we have another video to come. If you haven't subscribed as yet, please do so. Like and share.
And comment.
Comment. Let's know your thoughts.
Your
I would like to know your ideas on this.
Yeah.
Peace.